Have you ever heard the nonsense we spew and thought you could do a much better job? Well, I've got great news. Anchor provides you that platform to do just such a thing. It's a free platform you can use to distribute your podcast and the creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. In fact, I am recording this from my phone right now. Now you can even add a song from Spotify directly to your episodes. That is pretty cool. If you want to do a music show, you can do that. The possibilities are endless for what you can create, whether it's music analysis, your own radio show, or something the world's never heard before. I'm definitely not reading off a script. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. That is true. We actually have made money using our previous Anchor ads. They paid out on time. It is, I appreciate the folks at Anchor. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Mandatory call to action. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. I tried that on... Did I tell you about the prostitute? I tried to talk out of being a prostitute on...
Vaguely?
Did it work?
Of course it didn't work. She got to make money.
No, she sent me
She's working.
She sent me some more messages.
Do you think strippers and prostitutes are working for the weekend too?
Everybody's working.
Does that apply to them?
Like,
they take
don't
Sundays
they
off?
work?
The
They work
weekend
on the weekend,
is
right?
where they make most of their money.
I was like, don't they take times off on Sunday for the church?
Those poor women, they don't even get their weekends.
But no, after I sent her my message, I feel emotionally right now with what you just said. I appreciate your genuine love and respect. Thank you, Perry.
It'd been funnier if it'd be funnier if she'd be like, fag. What are you, gay?
Pussy?
Yeah, what are you, some kind of queer?
Well, I sent her a message. I was like, look, let's be honest, Anita. You didn't plan on jerking off fat guys for $150 an hour. Like, this was not your...
This wasn't your
as
plan.
a youth.
What if it was her calling?
Yeah.
I want to be a prostitute when I grow up.
And the words of Sci-Hi the Prince, being in the dope game was never my dream as a kid. No one grows up thinking they're going to be slanging dope or selling pussy.
I mean, she's a self-enterprising Jack Shack.
Sure.
I think she may have had a pimp.
That's unfortunate. She could be saving so much of her own money.
Her English... not the greatest, and that's why I felt the need to apologize, because I was like, listen, let me give you some feedback. Your English, not the greatest. I thought you were a bot. That's kind of...
I didn't think you were human.
Well, I was like,
Hello?
I didn't mean to be rude, but that's the reason I was kind of a dick, is like, I didn't think you were a real person.
America, learn to speak goddamn
To be
English.
honest, still a little 50-50 if they are.
All right, should I just read the whole conversation?
If you want to.
Yeah, fuck
Okay,
it.
yeah, I mean,
we got nothing to talk about.
This is from we vaguely talked about it the other night. It's
we'll go back to Perry's Bumble stories.
from this is Crystal Bumble, the one where I said where it's like set your matches 500 miles apart. She was I believe only a short 150. Oh fuck! Did she delete her account?
Oh, she nuked it.
No!
She thought you were.
I blew.
She thought you were a Fed, man.
You fucking killed your
She
source.
thought you were a Fed, bro.
Fuck!
That's not a good sign.
No, her
You put off
pimp-
Fed vibes,
her
man.
Pimp beat the shit out of her.
Speaking
now
of
I feel
feds-
bad.
Speaking of feds, happy eviction day, you guys.
That's true. It is eviction day. California and Los Angeles in particular is about to become like Mad Max without the cool music.
And I just signed my lease.
Well, you'll be fine. There's people who like haven't paid rent for like 6 months.
You kind of signed like this is this. You know, it's funny enough. This is the time we were originally waiting for.
I know.
This is
what
the
we're
prophesized day.
This
Yeah.
was like we're finally gonna get a good place when they do this 2 years ago.
Yeah, we didn't think it would take 24 months for them to get around to this.
Which I really think is just going to make it worse.
I
think
mean,
it would
of
have been
course.
it would have been better if they did it early on, because one, it would have been less people, and two, they would have had to have addressed the problem.
Yeah.
Now there's going to be so many people that it's just going to be like, well,
Uh-oh.
fuck, you guys all work for Jeff Bezos now.
Oh wow, she really did delete her account. Hold
she
on.
nuked it.
No, I
She went protocol zero, bro.
Uh-oh.
bro, you think I don't take screenshots?
He has
You
to
got
take-
receipts?
Yeah,
you
he
think I
receipts.
don't take receipts? I love fucking with people. So she originally we were going back and forth. I could tell she was a prostitute by the way she was talking.
When she asked for money.
Yeah.
And well, I was like, listen,
Hey, yo, bitch.
no, but I was like, look, the spirits are telling me you might be a bit pricey, and I kind of want to just go to bed. So she tells me, I charge $150 an hour, baby. So I was like, the spirits are telling me that's too expensive. I'd rather go to sleep. I hope you find clients, though. Touch of constructive criticism. Maybe work on your conversation skills a bit. I thought you were a bot at first, hence my rude text. My apologies. Go get your money, girl. I'm pro sex worker, but it's not for me. None of you are worth the price. She then goes, okay, sorry. And this is why I launch into my diatribe.
She probably thought you were still going to be a customer at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, I think she thought I was trying to pull the move guys pull where it's like, you're better than this.
Yeah, you don't
and
have
I
to
get
do
free
this.
pussy out of it. Yeah, no.
How does $100 an hour sound?
So I did send a very lengthy message about like how I know that this is not what you dreamed of as a child, and
Damn.
Be funnier if she
you're
did.
not an object of sexual fantasy. You're a real woman. You at some point you had hopes and dreams, and I don't want you to give up on those because you're stuck in a bad situation. You should seek help if you need it. You're a human being deserving of true love and happiness, not guys treating you poorly for $150 an hour.
Be funnier if you did put all this effort in and it was a bot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just sent this long, like, hey, you're better than this, and it just was a robot, thus it deleted the account.
And then this morning I woke up to, I feel emotional right now with what you just said. I appreciate your genuine love and respect. Thank you, Perry. And then the account was quickly deleted because the
Here's a
pimp knew
titty pic.
someone was on to him.
The AI became aware and immediately killed itself.
Yeah.
Well, it's
It
just
found
like
out what it was being used for and decided death was a
she
better
was,
option.
she was 50 miles away.
Damn.
Like, all right, I'm assuming I would have to go to her.
Unless you're going to pay for her to come this way, I would assume.
Yeah.
Well, you can't charge
usually how the
$150
deal
an hour.
works.
Like 50 miles in Los Angeles, that's a significant time commitment.
I think that's like kind of out of city then.
It
at that
is.
point.
Yeah,
It does
like,
seem like a silly...
a ways out of the way.
seems like a silly suggestion.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't really feel like driving 50 miles at 2 a.m. to get jerked off by someone who had run their face through 800 different filters.
I'm sure she found someone.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
It's literally crystal Tinder.
She met her quota.
Yeah. It's where I met my original crystal queen, Megan Tarot 777 or whatever I plugged previously. I
Whatever
don't
the fucking channel is.
Yeah, I no longer give a shit. She's
Wow.
not listening.
Probably not now.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
fuck no.
Not at this point.
Sorry if you are, but you know, life is life.
But so there's this great article from the Donald the other day talking about LeBron James.
Wait,
And,
like on his own website again, or where is he? Where's he dropping?
No,
news
this was
these
in
days?
Arizona. This was at like a rally.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he's talking about LeBron, and then but the funny part was he ended up talking about he was like, if I was coaching the women's team, I'd go get what they call women. Just about how he'd go get trannies. It was so fucking funny. Because of course that like, he literally, if you made him a coach, he would do that. That's the he'd be like, this is the rules now. Okay, LeBron, put on a dress.
He's literally doing open micer bits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. It's fucking fantastic.
He's doing Joanna Man as a presidential candidate.
Yeah, and then of course, like, did you see the ratings? They're terrible. He's the greatest. I really am so excited just for him to run again, just because we'll get the debates again.
Oh, plus how fun if we end up Oh, shit.
Nothing's more fun than Donald
can't-
during the debates. Donald during
Yeah.
debates is the best.
Let's just say if life goes how we think it might go, it's going to be so fucking fun to watch it from the angle we will be watching
Could
it
be
from.
wild.
Whatever.
Could be wild.
Whatever.
It will be exciting.
It will be
It could be pretty fucking sweet.
could
But,
get
yeah.
pretty brutal too. But
but yeah, he's an open micer who turned into like the president.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened, but he's fucking funny by accident most of the time.
You know what?
But the fact that that's something a president can do at a rally and be like, you know, if I was coaching the women's team, I'd go get a bunch of trannies, tallest trannies you could find. They'd be fantastic.
what is Caitlyn Jenner up to these days?
I think
Yeah.
he has a touch of one of the things they always said about Robin Williams is like he was kind of known in the comedy community for like stealing bits. Like he would hear a bit at an open mic and that bit would get worked in later. He always claimed that he didn't mean to steal the bit, and he would always pay the guy for the bit.
He was just so coked out.
I think the Donald has a touch of that where he's watching like Red Eye on Fox and he hears a zinger and then he puts it in his old noggin. Is like, I'm really gonna knock it out of the park at the next
They're gonna
one.
love
To be
this one.
honest,
Yeah.
I think the Donald is, despite his age, the internet incarnate. He is Twitter incarnate.
God, can you imagine him like if
I think the
if
simulation-
he was 35,
The simulation
would be
created
Reddit.
Donald Trump just for this era.
if he was in his late 30s, we would have a king on social media.
Bro, he got time still.
He'd be a redditor.
I mean, he's never getting back on social media because
Fuck
they have
no.
that little caveat where if he's like a present danger, they can pull his card, which means like he's always going to be a present danger.
And once again, that whole social media thing, he was supposed to be starting, like, that disappeared pretty fucking quick.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that has
Yeah.
been making some rounds.
Has it?
They have been fucking with that hardcore. They've been posting
Yeah,
a
there's
lot,
a lot of porn.
a lot of Sonic porn, a lot of
Oh,
gay
okay,
people.
all right.
It gets
Yeah.
it got a little wild.
Well, I
It's funny.
went to it originally, but it requires like a real phone number and a
Yes.
real email address. And after I learned my lesson with was it Rumble?
Yeah,
That we
Rumble.
signed up for. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I don't want 800 emails a day
Never again.
about how to make my balls big with ashwagandha.
Yeah, just steal it like everyone else.
Yeah.
Fucking find it yourself, you lazy cunts.
Plus, the people who end up on those platforms, the
first round is
touched in the head.
the first round is never good. That's really the problem, and why none of these really have a chance of taking off. Because that first round of people is literally at this point always just going to be the people who got kicked off the last one.
I think the
Yeah.
first round can sometimes be okay because sometimes you'll end up with the people who got kicked off for some like iffy bullshit. Like they shouldn't have been kicked off. It was a little like
Yeah,
it was
like
on
our
the line.
first strike.
Yes,
Yeah.
but as the platform progresses, you're going to end up with just literal Nazis.
Now, you know what's funny is with Clubhouse, it was almost the opposite. Because it was invite only at the beginning,
Right.
it was just super douchey liberal people for the most part.
But
that's why it
now-
became unlistenable. But now, like Ali
Now
Alex,
that 90% of the user
like
base is
Ali
gone.
Alexander's on it, and like all the right wing trolls love to use it. It's hilarious the shift it's become. Now it's just like why we need to overthrow the FBI. Or it's like
Hell yeah.
he's doing fucking rooms where it's like how to dismantle democracy.
Well,
Hell
now that Twitter has that like Twitter Hangouts feature, I mean, it's over for Clubhouse. Clubhouse fucked up.
Yeah, build your brand through
Sell-
insurrection.
I don't know how many times I got sell at the top. Don't get greedy. Listen, when Cydius, my beautiful pharmaceutical company, when I was up 300%,
Not
you know what I
financial
did?
advice.
You doubled down.
I sold, and
That's
I
why.
waited for it to crash back down, and
Well,
now
that's good play.
That's what
I
I
am
should have done with Doge.
reinvesting.
That's what I should have done with Doge.
yeah. So
God damn
Poor
it.
Doge people. I feel so bad for
Don't
them.
I feel bad.
don't get so. What's Doge at?
It's
Doge-
no,
Don't
it's-
get so fucking greedy.
It's over.
It's not that it's terrible. It's just like
It's died.
the fact that you could have sold off at like 74 cents.
I could have made fucking money and I
Like
didn't
people,
do it.
people could have made so much money, and now I just feel bad for all the idiots who thought holding was a real thing. It's like, no, bro, that's just so that you don't sell, so they can.
Well, there's this weird online community around all. 20 cents.
Yeah.
There's this weird online community around like where you just have no exit strategy for investing, which I gotta tell you, not having an exit strategy,
Not good.
very bad idea. But here's the pitch. I come to you, I say, give me $1,000. I will give you 300% return on that money in 2 months.
Cool.
You'd probably be pretty cool with that arrangement.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So if I got you 300%, your thought is probably not going to be, I could probably squeeze this for a few more percent.
See, the problem is their whole line was they wanted to make it to $1.
Hold the line.
Yeah, to the moon and all that.
That was the thing, is the dollar mark is where they for a minute there, I think everybody thought they might have a shot at it for a minute.
Yeah, when they got to 70
And
cents,
then
it was
Elon
wild.
Musk was so bad on SNL that it tanked its value.
Yup.
No, it was all bullshit. It was all the whales are the ones
Well,
telling
of
you to
course
hold
it was-
the line because
well,
they need bag holders
Yeah.
so they can make the fucking money.
Someone's got to keep the revenue. But yeah, I mean, that's obvious. It was a play the whole time.
Yeah.
But he was bad on SNL.
God damn it.
He's bad on everything. He's autistic
bad.
as shit.
Now Rogan was funny because he was so autistic, and then he got him drunk.
I'm kind of retarded.
He's kind of a funny drunk, actually.
I think all dudes like that are funny drunk because they really don't know how to. They're so used to being in such control of themselves that they don't know what to do when they're not in exact, like they don't have exact control of the situation. It was the original reason I hated smoking weed, is it made my head not all there, and I don't like my thoughts not being all there. I am what I think to some extent.
I wonder if that's
even though I
just 'cause-
don't believe that.
I wonder if that's just because they were like nerds and they didn't get invited to shit.
Yeah.
So they
good point.
just never smoked weed.
Well, it's just like they don't know how to be socially. They don't know how to interact socially. Did you see Jeff Bezos got like Botox?
Who cares?
Did he really?
It looked terrible.
Yeah, he looks. He's
No.
been. It's Botox and trend. He looks like a fucking
Yeah, he
bottle.
looks-
of
I'm telling you, he's trying to do this Elon Musk rebrand where
He
he's going to
sucks.
become like
Nah,
the
he's-
cool Dogecoin.
He's going in a way different direction than Elon.
He's
Elon's
insane.
trying to be cool. Jeff is going like
insane.
he's kind of going in a weird direction here because he's got enough money to where Botox can turn into like I'm injecting nanites into my face
Yeah.
so that I live forever within like 5 years.
I wouldn't be surprised if Jeff Bezos is the first guy to like fucking modify his body with robot parts.
Well,
Like,
you're already got
like
on
Cyberpunk?
like he's already
Yeah.
on roids. He's fucking yoked now.
Yeah.
He's huge compared to what he was. He's bald. He looks like a penis.
I gotta support my bro though, because if I woke up one day and found out I was gonna lose $100 billion, I might have a midlife crisis.
I don't think this is a midlife crisis because he lost it and he made more back.
yeah.
I think that almost reaffirmed
I don't
him
think
like
he
that.
knows what the word loss is.
I think
Yeah,
making all the
that
money
could be
back.
true.
I think making all that money back actually made him even more arrogant.
Yeah, of course.
I think he was like, "Oh, I can literally fuck away more money than most people will ever see in their entire lifetimes. Most countries, really.
Yeah,
and
but him-
not give a shit."
him doing these weird prop comic bits where he's wearing the space cowboy hat, like
Well, that's why I think he's going crazy. Because
Wait,
who gets back from going into space and is like, "I need to get Botox"?
Did you fucking see that video of the interview that he did like after he landed?
Oh, we talked about it.
The fucking one when he's laughing?
Yeah,
That
yeah, yeah.
fucking evil
I thought-
ass
yeah,
laugh.
I
That
think we
interview's
played some of that.
fantastic. We played a different. Yeah, we played into the part where he talks about how the Amazon Prime members. And,
You paid for this.
Yeah, the fucking
Amazon, you guys
warehouse.
all paid for
I will
this.
say that was a tough line.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why like, I think he's going on like some evil villain shit. Like
He's gonna be a supervillain.
people already hate him so much. Like, there's only so many times you can read a tweet joke about like, "I wish he'd have blown up in space."
Yeah,
Because I sent a few.
yeah.
As an
But
author.
before you just kind of lean
Is
into
that why
it.
my Amazon packages aren't getting here on time? How dare
Probably.
you? How dare you fucking
You got
criticize Jeff
blacklisted by
Bezos?
Amazon?
I
If
you know,
there's one company I don't want to anger, it's Amazon. I
That's true.
appreciate their services.
to be honest,
far too much.
I'd almost rather give up my driver's license than my Prime membership.
I'd rather give him my life than my prime driver.
I think I literally do
It'd be a
use
tough decision.
Amazon more than my driver's license.
I'd probably stay with the license, but I'd really have to think about it.
Let me pose you this. Would you rather lose your entire family or your prime membership?
Well, I've already lost my family, so that's easy.
Yeah, that's not really a great question.
I'll take the prime membership.
Would you bring them back or keep the prime membership?
Yeah.
That's the better question. If you could raise one from the dead and get it in 2-day shipping.
Oh, I'm
Come in a box.
I bet the urn comes in 2 days. No, I'm keeping the prime membership over bringing someone back from that.
They don't know what they've missing. Like, they're gone.
I've always felt like bringing someone back from the dead is one of those things where it's one of those monkey paw wishes. Like, it sounds like it'd be a good thing, and maybe for the first 3 days, you're happy and you're catching up as a family or a loved one, like a former marriage that broke up due to death.
Yeah,
and then 2 weeks in, you start falling back into your old sort of habits.
Yeah,
and she's just calling you a lazy cunt for never getting off the couch, and then you're getting angry.
Yeah, it never works out in the sci-fi movies.
And speaking of which,
it always ends really badly. Usually they either just start decomposing and you're just fucking like a rotting corpse, or they just please kill me, I want to die.
I mean, we've read Pet Cemetery. We know what happens.
Yeah.
Along these lines, I have to bring this up because it ties in perfectly.
I wish Jesus would have come back and been like, please kill me.
The pain.
No, it's so much pain.
Peter.
You would think it would hurt like a mother. Listen, I fucked up my knee a week ago. I am still in severe pain. I would imagine if someone drove nails through my fucking hands, I'd be bitching a little.
And feet.
Yeah, I'd be a little whiny. Especially in the days before Advil.
Look, I might be a little moody, okay?
Yeah.
Might be a touch moody.
Yeah, I might need some of your magic sugar to...
I'm not the Lord.
So,
the Black Jesus Lord.
You wouldn't guys gonna get crucified for your prime membership? Fucking losers.
Ooh, that's a rough one.
Wait, but do I get to come back and use it?
3 days later?
Yeah, well, if I'm getting
3 days
shipping. If I'm getting crucified for the prime membership, I just have to endure the pain, that Jesus did for so I don't have to pay for the prime membership.
No, instead of the paying it, you have to be crucified. And
but I come back to enjoy my prime membership, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then sure, why not? I get free prime membership. 3 days of pain.
You know what?
I come back and say I've defeated death, and his name was Jeff Bezos.
I do it if I get same-day shipping on everything.
Oh, you want to upgrade?
Well, because sometimes, listen.
You have come back from the dead. That should seem like maybe, Prime
Same-day shipping?
Prime Plus.
Very few things feel as good. When you get that same-day shipping icon, that's like one of the few things in life that brings me joy.
Do you think that
the Amazon Prime Resurrection Pack should be a little more, exclusive?
Wait,
I want a little extra.
If you came back from the dead, that should chop a day off your delivery time.
Yes.
Wait, do you think that Jeff Bezos got inspired by the passion of Christ for prime shipping?
Probably.
I think he probably thinks he's Jesus, to be honest with you.
I would.
I mean, he has.
If I made $200 billion,
and you're just running the world.
Yeah, I would think I'm Jesus.
That's how you know I feel bad for other countries. Is they don't even know prime shipping.
Yeah.
That's
they
a
have
cold,
it rough.
That's a cold world.
I have to get, before we move off of disrespectful things, I have to get into this.
Disrespecting Jeff Bezos,
our Lord and Savior.
I was texting you this conversation as it was happening.
Oh yeah, it was great. I almost wanted to come out and listen, but I didn't want to blow it.
This is one of the...
It's cold. It's cold-blooded.
It's literally one of the wildest conversations I've ever overheard.
The only thing it reminded me of is, remember when I had that incident at my walking spot where I was sitting in this small dude and his big-ass girlfriend where they're drinking and she was just degrading him and just, talking all sorts of shit. That's what it reminded me of. But hers was a little more biblical. This one just cut straight to the core.
Yeah, so
what is this?
I go outside, out on the steps out there. I'm sitting there. I got my headphones on. A dude taps me on the shoulder. He's like, hey, can I bum a cigarette? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And then 5 seconds later, a girl follows him out and is like, oh, great, now you're fucking smoking cigarettes. So she just immediately goes into it. And so they're kind of arguing, but they're standing
right next to me.
Well, at first,
No.
yes.
Yeah.
But
Off to the
no,
side, I'm assuming?
So the stairs are here, and the wheelchair ramp kind of goes perpendicular to
zigzags.
that. They were at the end of the wheelchair ramp where they could be in the shade.
Okay.
I heard the following, and it was after some, like, there's typical relationship disrespect.
I just love that he just tried to run away and get a cigarette and was like, maybe she'll fucking leave me alone for 5 minutes.
Do you mind putting on voices so I can get an immersion into it?
So this is the line she drops on him. Oh, you're just acting like a bitch because the girl you were going to marry is dead. What the fuck?
It's such a mean thing to say,
Damn.
but it's so fucking funny.
She followed that up with,
Oh, she's dead.
oh,
Get
the girl
over
you were
it.
going to marry is dead. Oh,
did-
you never shut
we-
up about
we
it.
did do that for like 5 minutes
Yeah.
after he came in. So she's dead. You were going to marry her. Fucking get over it.
This reminds me of this fucking audio that made rounds on TikTok. It's just like, that's why your shoes bright. Like, that's why your mama's dead. What type of shoe she got on, huh?
So she also added in,
The N-word.
well, it would have been better.
That would have actually been nicer than what she said.
Oh.
She added in, you just keep getting upset because she's dead. Maybe you'd be happier if I was the one who was dead.
God, how bad do you think he wanted to be like, you know what?
Mind
You're
you,
right.
mind
You're right.
you, the whole time, this guy is not saying a fucking word. He's just trying to smoke a cigarette in
God
peace.
bless him.
I mean, what do you say? I think this is one of those situations where he probably knows, like, just let her tire herself out.
Probably.
I texted you. I was like, look, I'm not for hitting women,
But
she...
Look,
If the cops come on this one, I'm siding with the dude.
yeah, if the cops come and like,
Yeah.
you know what? We're going to let you go.
listen,
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with the good 1-2.
But you don't get to make fun of the dead spouse.
Yeah.
And be
Yeah.
like, oh, you're just all moody because
Well,
your wife fucking died.
Was it wife or fiance?
Fiance. They were
Yeah.
going to get
That makes it
married.
even worse, I think.
Yeah, why
Yes.
fuck you, bitch.
Also, very young, like probably 21, 22. Very, very young.
Fuck you, bitch.
So, she also had, sometimes I wish I was dead, so then you'd finally appreciate what you had.
That's a classic. Oh,
Yeah.
I'll just go
Yeah.
kill myself. What if I was dead?
And she finished this off with, now I'm not going to eat. So she hit like the emo girl trifecta. But yeah, that was literally maybe the most disrespectful conversation.
I think at some point you
I
just
have
texted me a
ever
picture.
fucking heard.
You just texted me a picture of emojis and it was just a dog and a brain.
Yeah. She was pure dog brain. Shout out Mountain Shade.
Oh, but she hit it right where it hurts.
That is
right
cold.
where it hurts.
That's tough.
And then the even weirder part, I thought the guy was going to dip because that would have been my plan in that situation.
Dip to where?
Yeah.
A friend's house,
I don't
family
think-
member's
His
house.
fiance's place?
I don't
Yeah.
think you end up here by accident. He go to her grave.
So now the even weirder part is now this purple-haired bitch who I don't know. I think she lives down there. She's not the one who was fighting a few weeks ago
She
directly
actually lives in that
across.
apartment right there.
But
She hear us.
they had to so
Break it
that
up?
whole argument goes on, and then it's like, hey, do you have the key to let me back in? And then they just go back into the apartment, and now that energy has followed them into their domicile.
Well, that's how you know they do this on the regular. Because if
Yeah.
she just finally finishes berating him and he's just like, do you have the keys? Thank you.
Well, his
And
thing
just
was
walk back in. She's like, all right, you done? Okay.
He kept trying to bring it back. He was like, look, I'm just hungry. Can we just get dinner?
I'm just trying to eat,
Yeah.
bitch. God damn it.
I wanted a minute with him.
Hey, bro.
I bet you next time you see him, like, hey, man, how's it going there?
Do you need someone to talk to, man?
Yeah, what's up? You
You
don't call
seem like you're making some poor decisions.
Hey, we have this radio show.
Look,
Listen,
be like, look, I'll provide a good alibi.
very,
okay?
very rarely will I pull a stranger aside for a bro talk.
Until then.
He
had
needed
to-
a bro talk.
He had to have a little bro down.
Someone needed to step in, and I was the only one there.
You don't have to live like this, man.
But
It gets better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the same
it
way
gets better.
the
You're
same
worth
way
it,
I
King.
talked that hooker out of it, I was gonna do it to him. But no, I was just gonna offer him free weed. But
Hey, man,
like,
I think you need this.
You can have
yeah.
another cigarette.
yeah,
Here's some
you can,
benzos. You'll need this.
Yeah, you can. This one's on the house.
I mean, what he needs is a gun and a single bullet, and then he can just decide how he
Pull
proceeds.
the trigger, and the night
Well,
Stop. I mean, God damn it. I suck at the soundboard recently.
rough.
There's too many.
Rough.
I've got like 5 songs programmed in here. I'm not prepared for this level of
You are
comedy.
you're doing a lot.
technological.
You're doing a lot. You know, it's funny that you brought up Shane, because I was just going through some articles looking for shit, and the Daily Mail had one, and it was Joe Rogan calls trans activists the most vicious. And I was like, what fucking episode was this from? Because I figured it was from one of his either lefties or political people or whatever. And I was like, it was with comedian Shane Gillis. And then I was like, oh, fuck, they're not going to leave Shane out of this. And then, of course, the quote where he's like, yeah, the most vicious shit is coming from transgender people that Rogan says. And then they quote Shane as being, what's he call them? He calls them like, yeah, it's just a bunch of nerds who just got picked on. And I was like, they really just couldn't leave Shane out of the article.
No.
Because I remembered the conversation after rereading it, and I was like, yeah, Shane didn't even say anything about them. He specifically was like, I'm not going to go there.
The thing is, whoever wrote that knew what they were doing. They knew that Shane had the heat from his funny jokes that got him banned from SNL, and obviously Rogan's got the heat. So they were, no matter what got said, they could have talked about like providing food for the African population. A clip would have been
Joe
told.
Rogan hates Africans.
Yeah, to talk about how toxic they were.
Well, the part I found funny wasn't that they did the article, because they always like to try to go for Rogan.
Right.
I just found it hilarious that they just couldn't leave Shane out of it. He fucking stumbles into some of the worst PR, and it's never his fault.
He's kind of like the opposite of Forrest Gump, where he just keeps stumbling into terrible situations.
Yeah, somehow he just keeps fucking everything up.
Yeah, so Forrest Plump.
Shane will appreciate that.
Yeah,
that was a good one. That was a good one.
Come on our show, please.
Oh, that'd be awesome. But no, he doesn't have to ruin his career.
No.
I mean, I guess he's done that before at this point.
he already did it. Why
this
did
point,
I do
maybe
it?
Article's enough. I think it's fine.
Maybe it's like a bit.
Hey, listen.
Did I talk about my theory with Rogan not getting jokes on the show? Or was that just,
we went over that.
Went over that. Yeah, I think I've reaffirmed that again when watched the episode, and I think he's doing it on purpose.
You think it like so? Break it down for those who may have missed it.
So for the Rogan has kind of built a reputation as of late, and I think it's because he's interviewed people who aren't comedians so much.
Tons of scientists and
That
shit
his brain-
in the last few years.
That is the funny part of his brain is failing to process bits sometimes.
It's atrophying to some extent.
Yeah. We saw it, particularly Big J has a good story about it. Legion of Skanks, when they were on there, had a few of them.
If you go to Big J Okerson's very first Rogan episode, there are a ton of sections where Big J is obviously fucking around and making a joke, and Rogan takes him 100% seriously.
Perfect deadpan.
And asks a follow-up question.
Yeah.
It's
So,
like, and Big J has to be like, no, that was a joke. I was kidding.
Big J, it's what they call me in college.
So after the Shane episode I was watching, and there was another incident where that happened. He was talking about the SNL thing and made some joke about like, yeah, I told him I'd just go on Rogan the next day and I'd be fine. And Rogan just looks at him and goes, why'd you say that? And Shane just goes, oh, I was like kidding. Oh, you thought I was actually, and it just goes from there. But the way he did it, I was like, I think he's fucking with these people on purpose, because that makes it way funnier.
Yeah, that's better.
And it's hard for me to believe that Joe Rogan, who even if you don't love his comedy, at least has a very good eye for it. It's hard to believe that he literally is not understanding these.
Yeah.
And I think it's almost his sly alpha way of fucking with someone, because he doesn't do it with older comedians. He only does it with younger dudes.
Of course, it's his show.
I'm
I
gonna-
don't know who's the boss here.
I want to put, and I like positing the theory that he's doing it just to fuck with them, because that makes it hilarious.
I'm going to disagree with you to some extent. I think the issue is, first of all, we've all been there. When you're super fucking stoned and drunk, sometimes a joke just like, your mind's not working quick enough to process a quick joke.
Like all the jokes that I tell on the show.
Yes, you're far too quick for the genius to strike.
I'd also say Rogan may not get a joke about going on Rogan.
Right.
The same way a normal person would.
So
Yeah.
I think what it is,
Because actually, now that I remember, Rogan's response was like, "We're booked."
because I've talked about this before, but sometimes when I have to listen back to our episodes to catch up on like whether or not we discuss something, I'll hear one of us say a joke, and I'm like, "Oh, that was funny." I didn't laugh in the episode, but the reason I didn't laugh is because I'm trying to process how to keep the show moving.
No, let's be honest.
Yeah.
You think
Forward.
just be honest. We're not funny.
Yeah.
You're too intelligent for us.
That's
realistically,
no, you don't
I'm
understand.
just
It's just
waiting
too quick.
Yeah.
You are working the soundboard. I mean, it's multitasking.
Yeah.
Plus,
This is
plus
why-
I got my notes here and shit.
Yeah.
Like, there's
Well,
And your LaCroix.
This
Yes.
is also why, when we get big.
limoncello LaCroix.
But yeah, when we get big and we have a fridge full of LaCroix and we get some.
I'm already there. I'm already fridge full of
yeah,
LaCroix.
Well, we're
Rich.
gonna go get some nerds though to do all the technical shit.
But no, I do. I can see it happening because I do it almost every episode where I will just a joke just completely flies past me because I'm trying to think of the next thing I want to say.
So here's the only thing I would rebut with is he's great the rest of the episode.
But
Yeah, he's like Rogan's fine the rest of the episode. It's literally just that one moment where he fucks with him and then he's fine the rest of the time. Plus, they did Matt and Shane. They did an episode where they talked about it, and I guess Rogan just like, "You want some B12 shots?" So like right before, so he had like two of his fucking whatever his high
Super
power
soldier serum
his
shit.
his coffee, and then 2 shots of B12, and he was just like, I was fucking wired, man. It's like, yeah, that's a lot to take before a show.
People have guests of the show have frequently said that coffee is like the strongest fucking coffee on the planet.
And
Do
he
we-
said
do we have a
he had
brand?
2 of them. He said he had 2 of them before the show, and he said his arm was just dead the whole time from the shot.
Yeah, he gets people fucking amped.
So
Yeah.
you know what brand coffee that is?
Yes, I believe it is actually what's the Black
It's
Rifle
literal
coffee.
cocaine.
Oh,
I think.
Yeah, no, I think
I
it's,
think I've with black.
No.
I think I've seen a store.
isn't
of
it like
Black
some
Rifle.
crazy
Probably.
espresso?
He has that too, but I think Black Rifle Coffee makes their like ultra powerful. You're a super soldier blend.
This is for when you gotta protect your country
When you
Yeah.
gotta-
from Antifa.
Yeah, when you gotta
Yeah.
overthrow the government.
When you
Yeah.
gotta wake up in the morning
Do you
and
think
fight
Black
the
Rifle
rebels.
Coffee sponsored the insurrection on January 6th?
They
Black
would
Rifle?
have if they could have,
No, they tried to distance themselves pretty thoroughly from that. They realized it was bad for business.
because they also have what's the other Black Rifle? Don't they have like apparel or something?
I think
there's
it's
a
just
secondary Black
I think
Rifle
it's just
company.
I think it's just merch for the company. To be
Oh,
honest
oh,
with
okay.
you, but speaking of ads, though, Mike Lindell pulled his ads from Fox
Wow,
because they refused to run his ad,
My
claiming
Pillow is finally done on Fox.
which is gonna hurt.
R.I.P..
Which is gonna hurt them. Oh, but you know who he
I
went
wish
to?
I had taps to play.
But you know who he went to?
Uh,
Alex Jones.
oh, did he?
Super team, bro.
All right.
Promo code Alex.
Yo, how psyched was Alex?
Dog,
Speaking
he
of
talked about,
Alex-
he's like, look, folks, I'm gonna be honest with you. It was not looking good. Okay, I bought a nice house. I had to sell that. That's fine. I was gonna sell it, but you know what? Prayers were answered, and we got a lot of help from Mike Lindell. He makes the best pillows. My pillow. I got one for my dog, for me. But now because of that, we're making a ton of money. It was hilarious. He really just came out and was like, we were fucked, but now we're rich.
Hell
Well,
yeah!
originally he said,
I'm a white guy, and I'm ready to kill.
but he settled down to just
I'm kind of retarded.
and now he's making money again. All you gotta do is be kind of retarded, and
you
he
think-
makes money. But
The
when,
best part was
I'm a
he
white
was-
guy, and I'm ready to kill.
that's not the best mode of mind to be in when you're trying to make that money.
No, it was funny though because he was talking about how it was all made in America, and then he goes, the Giza sheets. I guess those are obviously imported from Egypt, the only place you can get the cotton.
yes, Giza is in.
It was
yeah,
so
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
funny to see him catch that in real
yes.
time. But yeah,
Giza,
he's-
Idaho.
We're here's the thing though, if Mike Lindell really wanted to, he could very well fund most of these shows.
So hold on quickly. You joke about Giza, Idaho, but I used to drink. Maybe it's Kamchatka, but they have a Russian-sounding city name for where the vodka is made. So you think it comes from Russia,
But it's not. Yeah.
No, it
Yeah,
comes
I
from the
looked-
floor of a bar.
yeah,
Yeah.
I looked it up, and it is in like Ohio or Idaho.
Oh yeah, there are some fucking strange ass places in the country. Like there's like I think there's like a good handful of Athens within the states. I'm like, who the fuck lives in Athens, fucking Indiana or some
But
shit?
it is like marketing wise, that's a brilliant move.
I mean,
like,
yeah.
you don't want to pay to import vodka from Russia, so just make dum dums think it came from Russia.
It's
course.
Americans. Nobody mean, here's the thing about vodka. You really can't tell.
No, it's all the fucking same.
Once it's cold, it's just fucking a little bit of burn.
Yeah.
Although speaking of cheap drugs, there's a great story about the dude who like sells poppers.
Like amyl
Yeah,
nitrates?
anal poppers. Yeah.
Okay.
I won't get into the whole article because it's super long, but it's fantastic. I think it was from
How ironic that Yahoo's big article is about...
BuzzFeed News, and it's called, this man does not
BuzzFeed.
make poppers. But the funnier part of the article is he talks about how he was able to get around selling it.
Well,
And he always says, he's like, as far as I'm concerned, I'm selling nail polish remover.
let me jump in.
I've had poppers.
Let me jump in quickly for those who may not know. Poppers, amyl nitrate, is typically used in the gay community.
What a fantastically named drug, by the way.
Yes,
yeah.
it is very close to anal nitrate, but it facilitates the ability of the old
Sphincter.
peckaroo in the sphincter.
Yeah, doesn't it loosen you up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
They
it
make
makes their end goal easier.
The article has a line, I don't remember the line exactly, but it's something like, the life of a bottom would be much more painful without the drug.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
and I was
it's
like, that's-
performance enhancing drugs for gay people.
They said it's like it's the only way some bottoms can
Listen.
get through the pain.
Listen,
What a terrible
isn't a
life to live.
which is
Yeah,
not a
that's not a
fantastic-
strong endorsement.
Yeah, that's not a
No.
great endorsement. Like, look,
Yeah.
it's not
As a
great.
top.
You
Yeah.
have to take, recreational drugs just to, get through it.
Yeah.
But
It's like the porn stars in
Yeah.
those leafing porn documentaries. Well, it's like, I do take 180 milligrams of Oxycontin, and I smoke a little meth, and I smoke a little weed.
I drink
and
half a
then
bottle
I
of
have
wine.
I have a few shots of vodka, but after that, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
And then,
All
you know,
primed.
I enjoy my job, and I go back and I raise children.
Yeah.
And, no, it's one of those situations.
But they do a quick little breakdown of how poppers work, and they contain alkyl nitrates, nitrites, excuse me.
Right.
Chemical compounds that consist of nitrogen, oxygen, and alkyls. And an alkyl is a carbon molecule with hydrogen molecules attached to it.
Correct.
And apparently the number of carbon is crucial because it will determine the boiling point
crucial.
of the substance.
Yes.
Very.
Too few carbon and it evaporates quickly.
Well, so carbon serves as like the backbone. That's that whole organic chemistry thing.
Did you know this also, that the ideal number of carbons is 4 or 5, producing butyl, which looks like butyl?
Well,
The names are really on the money here. Butyl and amyl nitrates is... Come on now.
It goes methane, ethane, propane, butane, and then like pentane and all that shit. But
Those are the holes?
yeah, yes, those are the holes you can get into. You, depending on which drug you're using, you can enter the pentyl hole.
I guess since we're talking about poppers, I've done them.
For gay sex purposes or for
fun.
just for the
Nobody
hell of it?
remembers.
Yeah, I don't remember. It's weird.
Do you get like a high off of it?
Briefly.
From what I've read...
I've done whippets, but
Yeah,
those
from-
aren't the same.
From this article, it sounded like whippets, but a little longer.
Yeah, kind of. It's
and
like
meant for gay sex.
it's like Whippet light, basically.
Okay.
It's the closest to Whippets I'll ever do. But yeah, you like inhale it through your nose, and it fucking gives you a massive head high.
Wait, so you don't use like the whipped cream container
No, you
thing?
just take a whiff.
No, it's a nail polish. You just
Yeah, you just smell like
No
fucking...
shit.
Yeah, it's
Allegedly,
like smelling. It's
allegedly.
like smelling salts.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. You take a whiff and then your asshole loosens up.
That's one
I did
thing
not
I've
know
never
that.
done.
Did your asshole feel loose?
No, I just got really dizzy.
You didn't that actually sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds
I did not
like
know that.
something that would lead to gay sex. Is you inhale something that makes you really dizzy and your asshole
Yeah,
loose.
then my roommate started like touching me.
It
weird.
does genuinely sound
That is a lie.
like a date rape drug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it.
But yeah, so the guy that apparently is like the founder is Everett Farr.
Good for him.
Yeah, but he's a very weird dude. He's just like a family man who happens to make like really good poppers,
Fuck yeah.
and
Hey.
he's been doing it forever. And
How do you think
now,
about the family?
Listen, sometimes you just stumble. Sometimes a man is born to do a
With
job.
a gift.
That's pretty much what he said. He
Yeah.
says like, look, I have people who like what I make. It makes me a living. It makes the community better. Like it's something they
Yeah.
need. So, I'm just supporting my family. It's like, you know what? This is America.
I'm on his side with this.
And the fact that a straight man is the one supplying the world with the best poppers. Isn't that what we're all striving for? A world where straight
this is
people
equality.
help gay people fuck each other in the ass.
Now that is an ally right there.
That's beautiful. That's
if-
beautiful.
If I had to make me a gamble, I would bet that what's his name?
Everett Farr.
I would bet Mr. Farr has perhaps gone a little
Overkill.
far in his experimentation.
Heyo.
I think
No, he's pretty, and obviously we're taking his word for it.
right. This
But
is a
he's,
BuzzFeed article. They're not going to talk about the time he got fucked in the ass in a glory hole.
Well, I think they totally. What are you talking about? A BuzzFeed
BuzzFeed?
article.
Yeah.
Of course
Yeah.
they would. That'd be the lead headline.
It might not be true.
But no, that's what I think. That's what makes it interesting. Like if he was just doing gay shit, like that doesn't make it
Yeah.
quite as interesting. But
Yeah,
the fact
no.
it's like a straight dude who was just selling the world poppers.
Huh.
Hilarious.
That's great.
It is like some of those clandestine chemists who like
Yeah.
literally don't do drugs
that's-
and provide like all the acid for the world.
That's what I wanted to correlate it to because he uses a similar loophole to some of our.
The poop hole loophole.
No, the loophole
Hey.
like with some of the research chemicals where you can buy
Right,
them.
right.
You can buy them.
But
you can
can't
have them.
take them.
But you can't. You got to promise you won't take
The
them.
honor system.
Okay? Like no, you can have them. Just there for research.
Don't take
Yeah.
them, please.
Just not research on you.
Yeah, I have things that are 100% legal.
Yeah.
And I would never dream of taking them
course
because
not.
they'd be illegal.
Yeah.
I
the
am a man
second
of
you
science.
The second you swallow it, it's illegal.
Well, the thing is, I'm a weirdo who likes to collect certain chemicals. It's a thing like
It's a hobby, okay?
one of the things. I had a professor in college. His thing was he would collect
Anal nitrates.
He would collect
Poppers.
old-timey medicine bottles, like from
radium.
old Western days.
You think he was just looking for, like,
the
a-
1800s type shit?
You think he was looking for like a secret stash of like
Radium?
rumored drugs?
Almost certainly.
Like there's there's some in deep pharmacy school. If you join the right frat, they show you the map. Like this is where the fabled
The treasure's buried.
lost drugs of the Confederate Army
The
lie.
proto-benzo.
They had the finest heroin the world's ever seen.
But no, much in the same way, I think that guy just enjoyed having like these kind of antiquities. I enjoy having novel chemicals around, which I certainly do not consume.
Do you
We
have
would-
radium?
No.
Not at the moment.
Not
Look,
yet.
I'm working
Because
on
of the
that.
supply chain, folks.
Yeah,
It's been hard
there's
to
a
get in.
supply chain issue with radium getting in.
It's so popular that we didn't want to downgrade.
That's how
what we were
Panama
buying.
Canal
No,
got
hey,
blocked.
listen, this is how we end the podcast. The finale, we all get radiation poisoning and
Yeah,
die.
we all get cancer.
Yeah, that's the problem with how we do it is we'd have to go live to do suicides.
Coming live to you from the suicide
And I
desk.
don't like doing live.
Coming to you live from the Red Room.
Until
Yeah.
I get a court that doesn't want to fuck me, I don't want to do it live.
Doing Panama.
But yeah, that's a great story if anybody wants to go read it because they do a really good like history of the gay scene and how
You
poppers
can
came
learn
into
a
it.
lot.
It's it's a fascinating thing. Mostly because of the loophole of like, no, you're just buying nail polish remover.
Yeah. And speaking of learning a lot, I have to once again ask for help from the audience. I've been doing a research, and I was sent
But
some.
not taking the research.
No, I've been
Merely numbers.
sent some information today about how Corey Good. We talked about it before about how he was selling his comic purely digitally. You would pay. It was $55,
Oh, yeah.
and you would get X amount of pages. I could have sworn the amount of pages you got was 50. The sheet I got sent to me today said you get 25 pages. So I don't know if I confused the price with the page number, but if anyone remembers, this would have been 3-ish months ago. If anyone can remember or go to archive.org or something and figure out whether or not Corey is reducing the length of the comic as the time quickly approaches,
We had to
please
cut
let
some
me know.
things.
What,
Because
you-
I swear to God, you were getting more than 25 pages
Are
initially.
you accusing Corey Good of scamming his followers? How dare you?
I would never do such a thing, but
Corey
I am
Good is a
saying
super soldier.
I am saying I think the amount of pages changed.
I don't entirely remember. I mean, it's going to suck either way.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to be good.
I had an idea to where like I kind of wanted to write like a 10-page comic, and just on our Facebook I would use like those filters.
We have a Facebook?
I'm sorry, not Facebook, Instagram. And I would take pictures of myself and like add the captions and just do a 10-page comic of me making fun of Corey Good just to put it out before he can still fucking put it out.
Charge like $10.
Yeah, but it would require me like taking time and effort to, write
things?
something down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so far all my effort has gone towards researching other shit.
I think he realized that too. He's like, oh, I had to do research for this. I didn't know this was going to take effort.
I've also gotten a ton more information about that Mike Wiskowski guy that we'll go into on a different date.
He is allegedly on a list.
Yes, I have.
What list you don't know?
I have the
Prime member list.
The Poirot of the Secret Space Program has agreed to join me in a search for the truth. I have removed this person from retirement, and Secret Space Program Neurowolf will be helping me
Just when they thought they were
uncover
out.
the secrets. Exactly. Just when they thought
Just
they
when
were
they
out.
thought they were
Did you
out.
just give away your source?
I have
No,
pulled him
we
back
never
in.
give away our sources.
Never.
Until they see this and realize he's made them agree to something they haven't yet. That'll be fun.
And then we'll
Yeah.
give out the source.
But that's how the game is played.
No,
course.
the conversation was had minutes before.
Minutes prior.
Yeah. What I like to do is I like to kind of guilt trip them into it, and then I immediately go on air and confirm that it's true.
Now you're
and
talking like a
now
journalist.
they're kind of stalking or stuck with it, and I'm not going to stop doing that. But
until I get sued.
I'm not going to give out this person's name because they're a person who has dealt with
Shit.
yeah, so the
We'll call them-
industry has not been kind to this
We'll
individual.
call them
We'll call
Big
them
Jamie.
Gonzalez.
Yeah, Gonzalez is here to help.
That's what all of my sources are called, is Gonzalez.
Yeah.
No, Your Honor, that's the wrong Gonzalez.
Yeah, I have 15
Yeah.
Gonzalez's.
They're all, it's like
Mike
double,
Gonzalez.
it's
Yeah,
like
they're-
it's like
I like this.
007. They're all Gonzalez. It's
Yes.
just a classification.
So we got that. You got one last article for us
Yeah,
to
so
wrap
this
up
one's
on?
interesting because it actually correlates to our previous job. This is a
Selling
feature.
weed?
Yeah, this was a
Oh,
feature about Andy
okay.
Milonakis
Okay.
and
Who
how
we-
his life has
we-
been falling apart.
We also met at a weed event.
And this is where I think it correlates.
Okay.
Because this article talks about how he's started getting into streaming, and he also talks about how he regrets pretty much just wasting his entire career.
He was kind of big on Twitch for a minute.
I think he's still doing okay, but he talks about how he was just like walking around with drunks and shit. But here's the quote that makes it interesting, because this is right around the time we did that event across from
The
fucking
homeless shelter, basically.
Skid Row.
Skid Row.
Skid
yeah.
Row, yeah. And he disappeared for quite a while.
Yeah.
And obviously was probably looking to score something. But he talks about, like, I would walk up and down Hollywood Boulevard
It might not be
with like the craziest people,
Cover ourselves.
the weirdest drunks. I would be drunk, like making out with chicks and just doing stupid shit.
That is a lie.
At the
Yeah,
time,
he's not making out with
yeah,
chicks.
at the time it seemed fine, I guess, but looking back, it sounds like hell. And then he pretty much just moves on to say, Milonakis says he regrets a lot.
Well, for those young enough to not remember, he had a
had a run.
insanely popular show on MTV at one point.
Now, what is
like,
funny-
he was the show on MTV for a year or two.
He talks about how he's like tired of getting made fun of for his looks, and it's like, dude, that's what got you famous. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, shut up.
You have that weird disease. You're
Yeah, you're
fucking.
funny.
You're almost 50, and it looks like you're 14.
45.
It's funny.
45.
Yeah.
Damn.
Insane.
You always got Benjamin Buttons?
Yeah, he's got the Gary Coleman thing. He has that disease.
Yeah. Which
And
would probably
it's
make him.
unfortunate that disease is really fucking funny. But if he could be smart, lose some weight, and just be a child actor.
That's kind of what he acknowledges here. I mean, not at this point. I think he's a little too far past
Yeah.
that. I think streaming might be his only hope. But yeah, that
Jesus.
is the big tenor of the article, which is depressing. It's just
Prayers
like,
up.
He's just like, oh yeah, I fucked my life up. Like I probably should have worked harder. You know, maybe made better decisions. But it was just funny because that he's talking about 2017 when he's walking around with the drunks. That's almost exactly when we had that
He
event.
could have been talking about me.
Maybe.
But at that event, if you'll recall,
He was
his big
wilding
thing was he was very fucked up
Yeah.
and he was freestyle rapping.
the whole time.
What?
The whole event.
yes.
Freestyling the whole time.
Damn.
I have never been so miserable.
It was it was a miserable event. It really was.
It fucking
The only thing that
sucked, and
saved-
it lasted all day.
The only thing that saved me was they had the basketball game on for the playoffs, which was also by the Dab Bar. So I was just watching people take dabs and just
fall apart.
Just like every time, it just be like you nearly choked to death, and I was just like, I don't think this seems as fun as people think it is.
Yeah, how about you dial it back? Enjoy,
Yeah.
like...
Die quieter.
Yeah.
It was just like when that's your response to doing it every time, I was like, I don't think your body wants you to keep doing that at all.
If you threw up every time you took a shot, you'd probably dial it back a time. Water down the shot a bit.
Well, and then it's just funny because they'd be like, once they finally stop coughing, like, oh, fuck, man, oh, I'm so high.
Go for another.
And then just be like, these dudes would take one dab and they'd just be sitting at the bar too high to move. So they'd have to be like, hey, you guys got to move so other people can get in line. Like, oh, what?
What?
Yeah, it's so funny seeing people who've never taken dabs take one at those events and they're just
Completely fall apart.
They're just retarded for like 6 hours.
I remember I went to this, so I'm talking about dabs, I went to this party and there was this group of people taking dabs and a couple of them
Dab
did first time,
junkies.
and fucking this girl coughed so hard she fucking threw up.
That's hilarious. It'll happen.
And then she went back and took another one.
That's a trooper. That's wife
was
material
golden.
right there.
It could happen. I mean, I've
You
coughed.
got power through.
I've coughed hard enough to like have a little bit come out just because you almost gag because you're coughing so hard.
No,
but
I've only coughed so hard I started crying.
I've never coughed so hard I've like really thrown up though.
I've only taken maybe like 15 dabs in my entire life. I am not a fan at all.
Yeah, I could see it.
Once I figured out how to do it in severe moderation, like very small dabs.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is how you do this responsibly. Then I was like, you know what? Okay, every now and then. But it's mostly just such a pain in the ass that it's like, I don't know.
Literally, the only reason I was smoking weed is because I had to, because the industry we were in required me to smoke weed.
And we had so
Or
much.
else they thought I was a fucking narc.
What are you, a narc?
Yeah.
You a
We
cop,
also
bro?
had so much free fucking weed. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, that explained a lot about where he was at that time. It makes sense because we were talking to each other at that event like, yo, he seems kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Which was funny. We thought it was great.
You know who he was teamed up with at the time? Riff Raff. When Riff Raff was on a bit of a roll, he had the rap group. It was him, Riff Raff, and that random Jew.
They should bring that back.
I think they tried, but they got sued over a sample, and that kind of was the end of that.
Come on now.
They got sued over the "We Are Farmers" sample, and
What a stupid fucking thing to get sued over.
yeah.
How
I
do
think
you
that
even
was-
sample "We Are Farmers"?
I'm gonna be honest. I think Diplo made the beat. It was kind of fire.
I would hope so. If you're using that
Yeah.
sample, it's either going to be incredible or retarded.
So that was the fall of Andy Milonakis. And speaking of the fall of things,
he does seem to imply that he's coming back. So maybe the fall,
return.
the fall comes before the rise, like Batman.
yeah, we'll have him on the show on
In
the
fact,
rise.
Andy
Oh my God.
Milonakis will now be starring in Batman.
Yes, he
Coming up
will
soon.
be Fat Man.
Yeah, you see Robert.
The most obvious joke in the world. Jesus Christ. I barely deserve that.
I would have liked Crack Man, but it's Hunter Biden, and he only
Yeah.
has superpowers when he
Yeah.
smokes crack.
And asking for more crack.
Yeah, that's part of his superpower. Is he saves you? And he's like, "Hey, can you spare some change?"
Do you guys have any more crack?
Yeah, no, he saves you just so he
Joker.
gets some crack money. That'd be a really good superhero.
Someone asked me for change the other day, and I was like,
No.
I'll give it to you, but I've got like 11 cents. He's like, I'll take it.
You should have looked at him
I was
dead in
like,
the eye.
all right,
You
all
should have
right.
looked him dead in the eyes and go, "Change takes time."
Yeah.
And just kept walking.
Yeah.
That's the last. We can close with this, but just quickly from that Shane Rogan thing. He was talking about afterwards. He was playing pool, and Shane's never played pool, and Rogan obviously used to hustle people at pool.
Right.
And at one point, he's just kicking his ass, and he goes, "Pool's a tough game, Shane Gillis." I was just like, Rogan sounds so fucking.
Like some weird superhero
He
shit.
sounds like he's going insane in the best way possible.
Yeah,
and I hope
the money is getting to him, and I love it.
I love it, and I hope we're getting close enough to see it.
All right, who to who?
Mamba out.